Ho, ho, bitches, it's Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, y'all! We watched it so you don't have to, so you know what time it is.
Horror, so bad and scary. Splitting up is never okay. Plot, who needs it? Don't turn on the lights. Cars don't ever start, but that's alright. Running upstairs instead of out the door. Good acting, what do we need that for? Horrible horror, so bad and scary. Enjoy the show, but not really.
Merry Christmas, Moongoons! Welcome to the Horrible Horror Podcast, where we watch the worst of the worst in horror movies. Movies so bad they're scary. I'm your jolly host, Lord Marshall Hampton. I haven't done that in a while, and it feels so good. With me is my jolly elf, my friend the elf. It's Mr. Aaron Southworth. He's here.
I'm an elf?
I don't know. I thought it was better to call you a reindeer or something, but...
Yeah, if you call yourself Santa, there's not a lot you can do for the other people. I guess
I didn't want to call you Mrs. Claus, so...
Although I'm sure she wears the pants in that relationship.
My abominable snowman?
I'll take it.
All right. My abominable snowman, Aaron Southworth. He's here.
Hey.
Raw. So, depending on when I decide to release this, it's either Christmas Day. So, Merry Christmas, Moongoons. Hope you're having a wonderful holiday. Or it's the day after Christmas, in which case I hope you had a fantastic holiday, Christmas or holiday, whatever you celebrate. So there, I'm safe on all ends, depending on when this is released and when you listen to it.
Okay.
Hope the holidays will be good for everybody.
Yeah, this is kind of nice. We're doing a twofer today. We're doing a little.
I wasn't going to peek behind that curtain, but okay.
Well, good. Shocker! People record ahead of time sometimes. We usually don't, so this is actually kind of nice.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is an exciting episode in a way because this marks as kind of a milestone.
In a way, yeah.
This is the accumulation of 5 years of Christmas spectacular, or month-long Christmas spectacular, because we are wrapping up Silent Night, Deadly Night, the franchise. We started with one, and now we're here at 5.
Yeah, we went all the way through, man.
This is like only the third time, I think, the third now where we have done the entire franchise. Oh, do we count the Silent Night remake though with Jamie King as part of the franchise? It's not Silent Night, Deadly Night. It's just Silent Night.
No.
Okay, then fine. Then this is the third time we have done the entire franchise of a film franchise from start to finish.
I mean, is it supposed to be based in any way, shape, or form?
There's a killer Santa in it.
There's so many movies.
It's been so long that I've seen Silent Night. I know Santa uses a flamethrower at one point.
Cool.
And Jamie King's in it, and I can't remember if the killer's name is Ricky or Billy. I don't remember.
Jamie King, the blonde.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I used to have such a fucking thing for her. Like back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, I was like, I like her. Like I was really into her quite a bit.
She seems like a cool chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She seemed kind of Midwestern trashy.
Yeah. Well,
but
didn't
hot.
she play that Midwestern trash or that white trash on my
Yes.
Name's Earl show? So
no. She was actually in a movie called Poor White Trash.
Oh, I didn't
and
know
that was based in Carbondale, Illinois.
I don't know if that you went to school there. I've been there a lot to visit you. I don't know if that was that white trashy. That was such a college town. It was more like college douchey.
The funny thing is, they talk about how like all those fucking idiots up in Carbondale, up at SIU, like they talk down, or they're looked down upon by the college kids in that town, which was pretty true.
Well, it's weird. Like even my school, like people like the college townies, yeah, were looked down like, oh, he's just a town. He's a dirty townie.
It's so fucked up,
so weird.
It's so stupid. But
now, where I went to school, I kind of got it because I went to a small school. It was a very small, very kind of Hoosier city, like very country kind of town. So like I could get like, oh, they're dirty townies.
Well, there's nothing
but
around.
Carbondale, like I don't know.
It's a big school. It had a big so they like. The school employed, professors and teachers and TAs and people who worked in the building. So there was a lot of like people built around the university. But you go outside the university or being somewhat affiliated with the university, then it's just like it was basically a dead coal town. You know, so it's just like if it wasn't for the university, it'd just be a speck on the map.
That's the same thing with the town where my school was. It was like if it wasn't for the school there, that town there'd be like nothing there.
Yeah.
Like the school population was like almost half of like with the advertised town population, because where you see like Belleville or St. Louis 1,500,000 population.
Right.
Here's like such and such town population 2,000, population of school like 850 or something.
Wow.
Like that. So it's like if you take away the school population, it's like that's. But anyway, so my point is, this is we're not dirty townies. This is Saturday Night Dead Night 5, The Toy Maker. Like I said, this is the third time we've wrapped up a franchise. That being with the Pork Chop series was the first one we did all of them. Did all the pork chops, including Pig Girl, and then we also did See No Evil 1 and 2. So we took care of that franchise, and I wiped that one off. And now we're wrapping up, put a nice little bow on the Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise.
So the only celebrity couple, or I use celebrity loosely, that I care about is the Pork Chop Pig Girl connection of Eamon Hardiman and Missy Dawn.
Yep.
And we've interviewed them, we've talked to them before, friends of the show. They sent us posters and stuff. So we're cool with them. We follow them on Instagram. But man, I haven't seen any posts of them together in a long, long, long time.
I know. It's like
I know. I'm just like, oh no.
It's like Brad and Aniston, like what happened? Come on,
like,
they're America's couple. We want to know.
A lot of her posts are like just her, like, "Hey guys," and she looks all happy, and then Eamon's are like, he's about to wrap his lips around a revolver. He seems so depressed. I'm like, oh no.
Say it ain't so, Eamon.
I hope they're just doing their own thing on Instagram and they're still a happy couple.
Yeah. I had something to say, and I don't remember what it was, but anyway, let's move on.
That would be my Christmas wish.
That's
is
your
that
Christmas?
they're together and happy.
Not a lifetime prescription to Penthouse magazine.
Yeah. Well, hey, not all of us can have the mind of Moss.
Nope. All right, so Saturday Night Dead Night 5, The Toy Maker. This was released straight to video, by no surprise there, in 1991. It's written by Martin Kitrosser, and Brian Usna. Is also directed by Martin Kitrosser, whatever his name is. Now, Brian Usna, he's got somewhat of a name to him. He's got 14 credits as a writer, including movies such as Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
Honey, I Blew Up the Kids.
Okay.
Honey, We Shrink Ourselves.
Makes sense.
And the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids TV show.
There was a TV show?
There was a TV show.
Jesus Christ.
Along with movies like
beating that dead horse.
Bride of Reanimator.
No, okay.
Beyond Reanimator.
All right.
And he also did, sounds familiar to us on the show, because he also did Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, The Initiation, I think is what it's called.
Fuck that.
And he also has 18 credits as a director, including Society, that fucking creep.
Oh, yeah.
That messed up movie. Bride of Reanimator, Return of the Living Dead 3, The Dentist 2, Faust, Beyond Reanimator, and this one sounds a little bit like a sci-fi ripoff, like a sci-fi channel ripoff of a certain movie, Amphibious Creatures from the Deep.
That's funny.
That sounds awfully familiar to something else. I can't quite put my finger on what that would be.
So yeah, if you haven't listened to us very much, check out the episode Humanoids from the Deep. That's one of our bangers. I think it's one of our better episodes. It's early in our podcasting day.
Looking back, it wasn't that early, but yeah, now it's, I guess you would consider it early.
It was like in the 50s. Episode like 50,
somewhere
in the 50s, I think.
Okay, I don't know.
And now we're on 230 something. So
this is, I think is 234 or 5 right now. But anyway, that's Brian Usna. You can find this movie on Tubi, Amazon Prime, YouTube, Google Play, Apple TV, and Vudu,
and Shudder.
Well, that's Amazon Prime.
So
Shudder.
yeah, that's how I watch it.
The cast. Let's talk real quick. We have Sarah Quinn, played by Jane Higginson, who was also in the 1987 Slaughterhouse movie, another horror movie right there. Might get to that one someday. Tom Quinn, played by Van Quattro. Whatever. 37 credits, including Fight Club, End of Days, and One Night at McCool's, which was a St. Louis Connection one. And then we have Clint Howard. Comes by to play a character named Ricky. And I also have Neith Hunter, who comes back and plays Kim. Both of them were in Silent Night, Deadly Night 4. Kim was the main character in that one that we followed around, and Clint Howard played a creepy guy named Ricky, who They just named him Ricky because it was a name famous from the first 2 movies, but it really has nothing to do with. He's not the Ricky from the series. He's just a guy named Ricky. They just want to use the name Ricky because I guess it kept the sequels linked to the original.
God damn it.
And fucking Mickey Rooney is in this movie.
Jiminy Jillikers.
Mickey Rooney is in this movie as Joe Petto. Now, why does that name sound familiar? Joe Petto. Joe Petto? Maybe.
Geppetto.
Yeah, maybe.
A toy maker?
A toy maker named Geppetto? Going on a limb here, guys. Really stretching that imagination with names on this movie. So, anyway, that's that. That's all we're going to get to. Now we're getting to the movie. But as a Christmas present to all you guys out there as well, this is going to be an Aaron episode. We spread out the joy this year. So, Aaron, take it away.
Don't worry, I actually took notes this time. So, late one night in December, a young boy named Derek Quinn watches his parents pork like a proper little perv. Bored, he hears the doorbell ring and goes downstairs to find a Christmas present addressed to him on the porch. His father, Tom, gives fucking Derek the business for sneaking downstairs and not sticking around to watch his daddy spray Christmas cheer all over mommy's tits.
Yeah. And he does give this kid the business, man.
He lifts him off the ground and shakes him.
Yeah. It shakes like a Polaroid picture, man. Like, if this kid was a baby, he'd have some brain damage. Jesus.
He then sends him off to bed. Instead, Derek sits at the top of the stairs as his curious father opens the gift. Finding a musical orb shaped like Santa Claus in a box,
It's a Pokeball.
That's right!
It's a fucking Pokeball.
Dude, that's
it
exactly what it looks like. He's looking at it, and he's like, oh, what the fuck? And he sits down, and he hits a button, and a little head pops up, and it's like, jingle bells, jingle bells. And then the head spins around, it's like, dun, 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 dun. Like the Death March, I guess.
Yeah, it plays a Death March. And
You're going Star Wars there.
I was about to go Star Wars. I really was.
The Death March, yeah.
And Santa has like mouthful of fangs now.
Yeah, it looks all fucking pissed off. So all of a sudden it grows out crazy Stretch Armstrong arms and wraps around his neck and begins to strangle Dad. And it's like he stands up. It's the balls on his face, and there's essentially.
I don't know. It's like Santa Chew. I choose you. Boom. And the ball comes alive, latches onto the dad's face like a fucking face hugger xenomorph thing,
yes,
and just starts. You can't tell if he's biting into him or just strangling the shit out of him with his jump rope arm.
It looks like strangulation because it slows everything down. It slows it so much that it goes into slow motion, and the whole time Tom's struggling, or Dad is struggling around with this thing on his face. It's in slow motion. It's just it's like they wanted to add it in somewhere. This didn't seem like a good place to add it. But he's flopping around. He's by the fireplace. He's trying to grab onto something. He's flailing. He knocks over the fireplace tools. The brush, the pan, and of course the poker.
Yep.
The poker sticks up. He falls through it and being impaled. And that's when his wife runs down and goes, "Oh my God!"
But where's he getting impaled?
Soft, wet eye hole.
There it is.
Yeah. Give it to me.
Oh, yeah. That's how we start our movie.
That's it. We're off to a good start.
I'm honestly, I'm on board.
I know. This opening, like, oh, this might be a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Right.
I'm on board now. I'm on board with this.
We have our opening credits where it's just kind of like a red light onto toys, like blank toys, like just different unfinished toys, basically. And it is called The Toy Maker. So we cut to Mom and the kid Derek waking up in bed together, and now things are starting to make sense why the kid didn't help out Dad. Maybe he wants to sleep with Mommy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He's got that Oedipus complex.
There you go. He's like, it's my bed now, bitch.
I'm the man of this house now.
Right.
So get down and make some pancakes.
So now we see a creeper guy, some guy driving around, looking at the house, skulking around, trying to just creep in on the house. Cut back. We find out that Derek isn't talking. He doesn't like to talk very much, but he loves watching Rambo cartoons and squishing eggs.
Thank you. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe they showed that old Rambo cartoon. Like I think was so short lived.
It was like maybe a season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a fucking Rambo cartoon.
Yeah, the Rambo. He's watching the Rambo cartoon, and apparently he hasn't been talking. His mom serves him breakfast, and it's like, why don't you talk to me? And he starts like squishing all the eggs. And she's like, stop it! What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
I'm like, that's the way to do it. That's the way to.
So I'm guessing we got this.
He's traumatized.
From watching Pokey Santa murder his stepdad, or
man,
dad, or whatever.
From a production standpoint, what a great fucking idea! You have a mute kid. Perfect. Doesn't have to say his lines.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be just,
So many
just
actors
stand here and do this. Stand here and smile. Stand here and look shocked. Easy.
I know. Yeah, I go back and forth with that because sometimes I found that annoying. Like, really, come on, we're gonna do this mute kid thing again, and then. But then also was like, well, he was a kid from being annoying talking and saying these dumb lines. But it's like, I don't know. Like, it seemed, I don't know, a little too contrived or like kind of.
You know what? I still think he did better than Daniel Harris in Halloween 5 when he's like,
blasphemy.
Tina!
Well, okay, that's shitty Ryan, but come on, how dare you besmudge the name of Daniel Harris?
Anyway. A friend of Mom's comes over with her radical son. He looks like he's right out of like a Lego ad from the 80s. Remember Zack Attack? Remember the radical Lego kid? This is what the guy looks like. Total 90s kid. So Derek sees an ad for the toy that killed his dad and gets all Norman Bates and starts staring out a window. He's just kind of, again, being more catatonic. Sarah then decides, hey, you know what will cheer him up? A fucking toy.
Yeah. I thought the same thing. Like, really? Really? Like, okay. All right.
Yeah, so
sure.
Sarah takes Derek to a toy store owned by the elderly Joe Petto.
Joe Petto.
And I have in here, eye roll. But Joe Petto, come on. But this is Mickey Rooney.
Fucking from Mickey Rooney.
Going on, I'm just going to call him Rooney or Mickey because I'm not going to keep calling him Joe Petto. Just doesn't feel right. And his odd son, Pino.
Oh!
Can we get any more on the nose?
I know.
Any more, like, on the nose. The nose is growing so long and so ridiculously full of shit.
It's so bad.
Pino
and Joe. No, I wish they would have gotten Joe Pesci to pay Joe Petto. That would have been fun.
That's just fun alliteration that's
right
there.
I know. Like, they should have gotten that.
So,
you think Joe Pesci later in this movie, into some of these scenes, just whack going crazy later in Joe Pesci style?
Well, I don't know, man, but Mickey Rooney fucking kills it, I think.
He does.
But anyway, there's Pino, and he's a weirdo. He jumps out at him and scares him in this pretty sweet looking mask.
Yeah.
And Mickey Rooney's like, hey, get back, Pino. Don't do that. Hi, family. How you doing? Hey, welcome to Joe Petto's. And dude, Mickey Rooney is fucking crushing it. I love him in this movie. So Mickey Rooney's talking to the family, and he says he's going to try and find the right toy for Derek. And while this is going on, Pino is watching from the storeroom and decides, I have just the thing. We do cut to the creeper guy who is skulking outside the house, all of a sudden comes into the store.
Yep.
So Mickey Rooney's showing Derek all the toys. He's not paying attention to him. He's not really looking at him. And out of nowhere, Pino comes up with a box that says Larry the Larva. And it's
not even larva, it's larvae.
Larry the Larva. That's what it is now. And he sticks it into his face. He's like, here, have this one. I think you like it. And it's the fucking grossest, weirdest little toy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
it's a long larva-looking, maggoty, purple
magnet worm-looking thing.
Yeah. It's pretty gross. So, so Mom's like, nah, we're not going to take that. So they decide to leave. This prompts Joe to start yelling angrily at Pino, just like, you moron, what is wrong with you? I'm trying to make a sale and you come up with that. He's just, and like the way Mickey switches from being a caring, like elderly man in this toy store and being nice to customers to all of a sudden like, I'm about to kill my fucking idiot kid. And just how mad he looks. It's just like, ooh, I'm getting creeped. I'm fucking loving it. Let's see. He's blaming him for the store's recent failures. Pino starts to run away from his father, and he bumps into the creeper and drops Larry the larva.
I always say it because never mind. I'm not gonna go. It's a grammar thing. Larvae is plural, but this is one, so it should be larva. But the box says larvae, which is the plural of larva, and it's a bad.
There's your educational moment.
It's a they messed it up. But anyway,
so Pino was like, "I'm sorry." The creeper says, "That's fine, whatever." He picks up that too. I'll take this one too. He's got an arm just full of toys, and he buys up these toys and takes off. Where am I at? Sorry, I lost my place. I looked up at you.
It happens. It happens to me all the time. That's why I was like, So I'll just make some filler here. Filler noise while Aaron figures out where he was in his notes.
So we cut to a hotel where there's the creeper. The creeper's hanging out, and he's taking apart all these toys that he bought from Mickey's store. And that's when we get a knock at the door, and we get confronted with an angry landlord from Joe Petto's.
Thank you. I'm going to make you say it.
I said Mickey's.
You said
Mickey's store, man. Anyway.
I'll make you say
the
Joe
angry...
Petto.
The angry... It's like the weird power thing. It's like, look in my eyes. Tell me. What's
look in my eyes when you say it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Joe Petto.
Yeah.
Gross. Say it. Ugh. So... He's talking to him. He's talking to the landlord. The landlord's busting his balls, and I love this landlord guy. He's just like some sassy old black guy. He's like, "Hey, you're just a deadbeat. You're the rent's due. You need to pay." He's like, "I paid you for 2 weeks in advance, and I got money coming in." He's just like, "Yeah, 2 weeks is great. I need money now. You're on the street." And he's just like, "Come on, give me a break." He's like, "Nope, get out of here." He's, Creeper looks around. He sees all these fucking toys. He's like, "Hey, man, you got kids?" He's like, "Shit."
Black man, of course I got kids.
It was just so, weird. So, he turns around. He's like, "Hold on. I'm going to give your kid, this is the best toy out there right now." And gives him Larry the larva.
Larvae.
And, the guy's like, "Is this good?" He's like, "It's the best thing ever." He's like, "All right. You got till tomorrow." So they exchange, the deal is made. Of all the fucking toys, why would a kid want that one?
Yeah.
I'm really upset with this toy.
Yeah, I am too.
No, well, anyway, while driving home, we follow the landlord back to his car, and he puts the Larry the larva into the box, and all of a sudden it comes alive and starts climbing around. It comes through the bottom of the seats and starts messing with the driver's feet. And the landlord, is like, "Well, this is fucking cool. Look at this. Yeah. Hey, look at it go. All right." He sets it down. It's crawling towards me. He's like, "Oh, look at it go." And he's like, "Hey, that's enough. Cut that shit out." He's trying to turn it. I was like, "Damn thing's broken." Throws in the back seat. But that Larry, he ain't taking that shit lying down.
No,
he decides to climb up the back of the seat.
Yep.
Perch on the shoulder of the landlord, and he turns around and goes, "What the fuck?" Boom! Just jumps into his mouth.
Into the mouth.
The toy smashes into his mouth.
Dildo.
And he's just swerving all over these roads, going all over the place. It's wiggling into his mouth. It climbs into his mouth, sucks out his eyeballs. Mm-hmm. His eyeballs suck into his body, and it crawls out his open...
soft, wet eye hole.
Oh, man.
Loved it.
You gotta be kidding me.
Loved it.
And then the car goes flying off off a cliff, and ba-boom.
Explosions! Ba-boom!
Oh,
fucking loved it. I hate to correct you, but it doesn't go off a cliff. It hits a little bump and flips over, and then explodes for no fucking reason.
God damn
it should not explode at all. I loved it.
I loved it too.
It was amazing.
Those eyes getting sucked out was pretty awesome.
And again, this movie, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm in. I'm in this movie.
Yes.
I'm doubling down.
Yes. All right, so we cut to the creeper creeping around the closed toy store. He finds a photo of Pino and
Grigio
and Mickey Rooney.
Who?
Mickey Rooney.
Who?
Mickey Rooney. All right, fine. Joe Petto.
Thank you.
From the 1970s. It says 1970, and Pino looks the same age as he does now. Mickey Rooney's got hair. He's got because he's fucking old, gross looking old man. But 1970, he had a pretty decent head of hair still, and so he looks younger. But Pino looks exactly the same age. He's like, what the fuck?
Suspicious.
The creeper then hides as Rooney comes downstairs to hit the sauce.
Yeah, he does.
He keeps his liquor, I guess, in the file cabinet, as any good businessman does. Yep. Takes a big swig of the good stuff, and he angrily looks at like a cellar door that's in the basement, in the room, like a trap door almost, if you will.
Door. Check out episode number 29. I don't remember what episode, but check out our trap door episode.
That's a good one too.
Transition.
He's staring at that like disapproving, like, just looking all pissed off. So Rooney goes back upstairs, and so the creeper decides, hey, I'm going to check out this door. As he opens it up, he nearly gets sucked into the depths. And he finally like pulls himself out and gets away, and we see Pino poking his head up, pulling off his best Deadite impersonation.
Yeah.
Like in that scene in Evil Dead when the Deadite's locked in the basement. It's pretty funny.
It's hilarious. I don't know why. It was so funny watching with Ted, Tom, whatever his name is, like struggling against. Well, you don't see that. He's just like hanging his, he's just top half hanging out this trap door, this hatch in the floor. He's like, something's got me. Something's got me.
Let go.
Oh, let go of me. It was like, okay. I don't know why, but I got to chuckle out.
It was pretty good. So we go back to Derek at home, and he finds another gift on the porch for him. Sarah, he says, to Derek, please don't open till Christmas.
Yeah.
There's no name on it. Sarah's mom thinks it's from her friend.
From Kim.
From Kim, yes, her friend. Thank you. I left names out because I'm just like, who fucking cares? Yeah, it's just too many people. Oh, well.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Rock. There's the Rock. Sarah takes Derek to the seated Santa at the mall, and here we see Clint Howard!
Clint Howard! Creepy ice cream man.
I swear to God, he should be doing lines of coke. Isn't that what all Santas do in the back, from the movie Elves?
Yeah.
That
movie.
That was my favorite mall Santa. That was definitely my flicking people off, calling kids little turds, doing lines of coke. God damn. Merry fucking Christmas. Yeah. I love that guy.
I wish they would have did an extension, him like at a strip club just getting lap dances or something like
that.
In the Santa suit while doing coke off the stripper's ass or something like that.
So Creeper is a Santa as well.
I'm surprised. Creepy guy being a Santa.
So Creeper is a Santa as well, and he asks Clint Howard to take a shift when he sees Derek in the crowd. He's like, let me take your shift. He's like, hey man, I gotta work. He's like, let me take it. He's like, fine, go ahead, whatever.
Also, I do want to take it because we do take the kids. We see Clint Howard. This is the only time you see him. After this, he's never seen again. And they do, creepy guy Tom just calls him Ricky. Like, hey, Ricky. And so again, he's supposed to be like I guess he's supposed to be I don't know, the same guy from number 4, but he's clearly not. Like Ricky number 4 was like, had mental issues. Like,
he was
talked weird. He was
just like a servant.
He was like a man-child.
He was very Igor-esque.
Yeah. And this guy is clearly not that.
Yeah, he's smoking a cigarette. He's cutting up. He's having fun. He's laughing.
He's got the Clint Howard creepy voice.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And he's talking. He's like,
not anything like Ricky from number 4.
It's like, what do you think of that? It's because the creeper goes, God, it's so hot. He goes, speaking of hot, what do you think of our hot little elf? Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, and he never would have said that. Like Ricky from number 4,
he's cutting up. He's having fun.
Yeah. So it's clearly not. But that's it. That's the Clint Howard connection.
So we cut to Creeper wants to take Clint Howard's shift. Clint Howard says yes. But then we cut to go see Pino sneaking into Derek and Sarah's house by lifting up a brick and finding a key that's been there. It looks like it says Pino 1975.
Yeah.
So it's a key that he's had there for quite some time, from years earlier. We see Creeper is talking to Derek and being kind of weird, and so is Derek.
Yeah.
This is the Santa moment where he sits on his lap. He's like, "What do you want for? You can whisper it in my ear. Were you not talking?"
Yeah, it's so creepy. Like if you had to whisper it in my ear, I'd be freaked out. Like, fuck, get me off the Santa.
Yeah, Santa definitely has a hard on for Derek, and he's making a really creepy scene. We see Pino still creeping around the house, just chilling in bed. When, and of course, during the creepiness, when Santa was trying to get Derek to talk, Sarah's like, we're getting the fuck out of here. So they left. We cut back to Pino. Pino's laying in bed.
But there's one thing, like, when they do try to leave, when Sarah's like, come on, Derek, we're leaving, Tom or Santa's like, fights back, like, holds on. Like, no, you can't, no, he can't go. And it's like, whoa, that's fucking...
It starts getting a little...
Yeah, like, come on, somebody's be calling security or, like, how's this guy at mall Santa? I mean, it's really fucking weird because he, like, literally grabs on Derek's arm and, like, refuses to let Derek leave.
Yeah. So Sarah and Derek get back home. they find Pino in the house. He's in like a closet. He kind of jumps out and gives a jump scare to Sarah. You know, it's she's like, Pino! And she yells at him. And when the first time I watched this, I didn't know I was, again, drinking. Wasn't really paying attention. But I watched it the second time. But I didn't know the character's name yet. And I was like, what the fuck? And all of a sudden I thought she yelled, Pino! And I'm like, whoa, that's appropriate. Okay. So I had to I rewound it and put on the subtitles. I'm like, oh, Pino. So I thought it was pretty funny. So
Like your take.
Pino flees the house. Sarah gets all mama bear and goes to check out Joe Petto, and he's to tell him about his creeper son. And he's like, "Look, Sarah, it's not going to happen anymore. It's not going to happen anymore." Rooney's pounding Jack Daniels, and he explains that they used to live in their old house.
Yep.
And now they're on hard times, and maybe that's why Pino is acting a little wacko. You know, Pino is always talking about wanting to go back to the house, relive the old days when I guess they had a house and they didn't have to.
When you didn't have to live in a trap door,
right?
In a basement.
Live in a basement, and your dad lives upstairs in a toy store. Yeah,
Can't imagine he'd want a better place. Can't imagine that.
So Sarah's like, okay, hey, if he comes back again, I'm calling the cops. And Mickey Rooney's like, okay, no problem. And then Mickey Rooney just turns on this pissed off looking face and he tries to get Pino out of the cellar. Scary ass old man, dude. He's doing a great job. He's just like, get out of here right now. just rumbling. He's like, I will not come out. It's pretty awesome. So after confronting Joe about Pino's intrusion, Sarah decides to let Derek open the present that was dropped off earlier, but Derek refuses to touch it. He doesn't want to have anything to do with that fucking toy. So, leaving Derek alone, Sarah is visited by her friend Kim, and we find out the gift is not from Kim.
Yeah.
The two are talking as Derek sneaks outside with the present and throws it in the garbage can.
Now, I do want to say, at this scene, though, it's almost a throwaway line, but when Kim and Sarah are talking, because Sarah's like, you won't believe, I'm having such a rough day, and Kim actually says, like, you would never believe this. But the year I've had or something like that. So that's the one and only connection that you make think, okay, this is Kim from number 4, and she's referring to her fucking alien larva
maggot,
maggot rape shit that she went through with the witches and Ricky
movie.
and all that shit. So
fucking movie.
I'm like, man, she's handled that pretty well compared to
I know.
She's like, yeah, you had a bad year. You won't believe the shit that happened to me, sister.
Oh boy.
But she seems very well adjusted to that, and even has like a teenage son now who might be half alien maggot larva. I don't know.
Well, it's funny because when I talked about it says that he's an adopted son.
Oh, is he adopted?
Yeah,
okay. I missed that part.
Yeah, so maybe there's something to that. So yeah, speaking of the son, Lonnie is his name. He sees the toy in the garbage, and he's like, fuck yeah, I'm going to unwrap this gift. And he finds a sweet-ass pair of rollerblades.
Rollerblades, because it's the 90s.
Yeah.
Early 90s.
We cut back to Joe Petto, Mickey Rooney, in a drunken rage, and he starts beating Pino. He starts punching him and hitting him. Pino fights back a little bit. Fucking Mickey Rooney takes his bottle of Jack Daniels and smashes it over his head.
Smashes him over the head with a glass bottle. Like,
Just
damn.
A proper Jack Daniels bottle.
What is with these last 2 Christmas movies feature like child abuse?
I know.
It's rough.
Well, it gets even worse because he struggles with Pino more and more and punches him and kicks him, and Pino falls down the open cellar door, killing him. Mickey Rooney runs down there. He's like, Pino, no, and he's lifeless. He's not moving. It looks like he's dead. So he's going nuts. I loved it. I just thought it was absolutely fantastic. I love seeing Mickey Rooney go nuts. I thought it was great. So we cut back to Lonnie cruising around in a sweet-ass rollerblades.
Yep.
And we see what we find out later. I'm just going to go ahead and say is just the babysitter and her boyfriend walking down the street.
Yeah.
And Lonnie is just giving him the business. And some of this...
Yeah, he is.
He's like, watch out, jackasses! And just skates by him and sketches him. The boyfriend, his name is Buck, and he goes, fucking kids, I eat kids like you for breakfast. That's why my shit smells so bad. It's so weird.
It's so weird, but it's like, because, okay, lines like this, like the kid, the older boy, Buck, he says they was?
Buck.
Okay, he's clearly like high school senior age,
Yeah.
the rebellious jock or whatever, tough guy. And Lonnie's like 8th grade,
Yeah.
7th, 8th grade year old, but he's got some fucking big ass brass balls in those pants.
Yeah, it does.
Fuck, this kid is standing up to the high school senior like suck my
Get-
dick, man.
Give him the finger.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus, Lonnie.
Damn, and you're gonna get away on a pair of rollerblades?
Because he's gonna get away on his rollerblades.
Just skitching around him, knocking him over.
Oh, I loved him see him do like a sketch and a Jeep drives by playing Power of Love and he's just hanging on the back bumper on his rollerblades.
Oh, dude, it's so great. Inside, Mom has convinced Derek to sleep in his own room tonight.
Yep.
Derek then speaks and calls his mom a cock-blocking whore. No, that doesn't happen. We go back outside where the teens are making out. Again, we talked about it, getting harassed by the preteen. And he's like, I'm going to kick your ass. He's like, you got to catch me. And that's when his go-go gadget rocket skates kick in.
Go-go gadget rocket skates.
The skates all of a sudden grow rockets and send the kid flying all over the place. He's like, wow. It looks like fucking bottle rockets are tied to these skates, just shooting around. He's flying all over.
So 90s.
He's flying up and down the driveway, up and down the street. He can't control it. He's just flying everywhere. He finally follows. He gets rocketed into the street where he gets hit by a car.
Okay,
in the most slow motion car hit ever.
It is so lame. All right, so first I gotta say the stuntman, pretty good skater. Because they keep your balance while intentionally trying to look like you're flailing around.
Yeah.
Good skater. But yeah, at one point he gets skated flown into a fucking garage door, like face first into the garage door. Then he's spinning around, gets jetted back onto the street where the car hits him.
God, it's so
but
funny.
It's the lamest. So it's like here's the stunt man, and here comes the car, basically parked. And then somebody just like
rolls onto it,
bumps into the car, and then it kind of rolls onto the hood. It's the lamest car hitting I've ever. It's so bad.
Well, it must have been pretty
lame.
bad because we cut to Sarah visiting Lonnie and Kim in the hospital, and he's in fucking traction.
Yeah, he is.
He's like in a
fucked up.
bodysuit. He's got a fucking bandage, legs up, arms up. He's got bloody bandages all over his head. It looks like he's been fucking chewed up and spit up by a fucking giant. It was so stupid. Just the impact you saw in the aftermath. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What else did they do? Like, I know what it is. Buck ran up. He's like, fuck you, motherfucker.
That's what it is. The guy hit him like, "Are you okay?" Kid's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm okay." But you didn't see as he drives out, up runs Buck. Like, Molly whops him in the back.
Just starts beating the shit out of him.
With a trash can saying it's garbage day.
Give yourself an air horn for that one, baby.
All right,
That was great. All right. Well, sorry. It's good. No. So while Sarah is visiting Kim and Lonnie in the hospital, Derek is at home with the babysitter, and he's visited by the creeper. The creeper comes, and he's like, he's got a present. I got a present for you. Are you Derek? Here's a present for you. I'm creepy. You know, like he's just doing the creepiest fucking shit.
Like, this guy's creepier than fucking Harry from Christmas Evil.
Yes,
was, man.
yes, it's
creepier
getting
than
bad. The babysitter does the right thing. She's like, shoo. He's
Yeah.
like, what? And he slams the door in his face. It's like, I'm a friend of the family. She's like, you. She's like, I don't know who the hell you are. And he starts like banging on the door. He's like, tell me where she is. And she finally breaks. And she's like, okay, well, she works in this building. If you're a friend, go fucking talk to her.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. So tells her where this workplace
So
is.
I'm glad. Like, that's a responsible babysitter.
Yeah.
At least for
Get him
now.
out of Just get him out of
Yeah.
here. Get him out of
She
here.
did the right thing.
Yeah.
Good on you, babysitter.
Good job. So we cut to the parking garage of Sarah's workplace, and the creeper is creeping on Sarah.
Creeper be creeping.
So Sarah sees the creeper, and she just sees him and starts taking off running.
Yep.
She runs and runs and chases and chases. He grabs her, and he spins her around. They lock eyes, and what do you think is going to happen? Well, they start tonguing.
They fucking make out hardcore.
They're tonguing like horny 8th graders.
Yeah, they are. Jesus Christ.
So much French kissing. Oh, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I guess I was not expecting that either. Like, what?
So we cut back to Derek, who's fallen asleep as the babysitter. She's reading Pinocchio to him in bed.
Yeah.
So where it's like, there's no more even subtlety
No,
anymore.
it's
It's
just-
like, hey, guess what? Pinocchio's a theme here. He's sleeping in Mom's room, and she's reading him the Pinocchio story. He falls asleep. excuse me, she gets up and she runs into Buck, who is in the house, their boyfriend. And they decide to go into Derek's room and start getting freaky.
Yep.
We cut back to the Creeper and Sarah. We find out the Creeper's name is Noah. Noah is revealed to be Sarah's old boyfriend and bum bum bum, Derek's real father.
What?
Yeah. So they decide to reconcile, and how do they decide to reconcile?
By banging in the back
By
seat.
boning in the back of a hatchback.
Yeah, they do. In the middle of a parking garage.
I know. So here we get this really weird dynamic where we're cutting back and forth between the babysitter and Buck having freaky deaky kind of like putting fingers in mouths and like to back to the fucking Noah or Creeper Noah and Sarah. Like their sex is so aggressive.
Yeah.
Like they're both just going hot and heavy, hard at each other, but no titties.
Yeah, very disappointing.
We did get to see Buck in his whitey tighties though.
Oh, well, that makes up for it.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like we see her head go down to Noah, like Sarah and Noah, who see her head go down to his crotch, and he's going, "Oh yeah." But we don't. It's like implied graphic scenes. We never actually see any good skin, other than Buck.
Yeah.
So I thought that was so funny. So while Buck and the babysitter are upstairs having this psycho sex, all of a sudden, Rooney Claus shows up.
Rooney Claus, nice.
Rooney Claus showed up. It's Mickey Rooney dressed in his Santa outfit, but he doesn't have the beard.
No.
So you can just see it's just Rooney Claus.
Yeah.
He sneaks into the room where the teens are so hot and heavy, they don't even notice fucking Rooney Claus in the room. He starts to,
Scene, this is so ridiculous. This is fucking crazy.
He's sitting there watching, and he lays down he opens up his bag and pours out a bunch of crazy-ass looking toys, and he slinks away.
And he's not real quiet about it either. That's what, like, the kids, there's no way they wouldn't have heard
It's
him.
like clunk, clunk, bang, bang,
Clunk,
clunk,
and
clunk.
some of these toys, like, wind up like robots. Like,
Yeah.
like, nobody is like, what? How is they getting away with this?
Maybe that's why they were showing such aggressive sex, because they were so into it.
And the funny thing is, like, at this point, like, they're not even having sex. It's just
It's
making out. It's just all his make out, and he's trying to feel her up, and she's like, they don't even have sex. She this girl's a tease. This is a fucking tease. Because she's like, yeah, give it to me. Let's do it. Let's make it out. Like, yeah. And then she's like, no, stop. Like, what? Like, this guy's get some blue balls, man.
He does get her bra open.
Yeah.
He does get the bra
opens
open
from the front, but then
Yeah.
just her shirt's
which he giggled quite a bit about. He's
Yeah,
like,
he
it's
did
in the
giggle.
front. Which I kind of liked, because I remember coming across that for the first time myself and be like, ooh, new challenge.
New challenge. Challenge accepted.
So as I said, he laid out all these fucking toys and he slinks away. While making out, Buck enjoys a toy hand on his butt.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those like a creepy like cousin it.
Yeah,
thing.
it's a cousin knit hand that creeps up onto his butt, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that feels good."
It's tickling his asshole. Like it's fingering his asshole. And Buck's like, "Ooh, okay, I like this. Keep going."
Buck was ahead of his time.
He was ahead of his time.
It's 1991. He's into ass play.
He is. Yeah.
So as we see them making out, the toys are starting to get ready to do the battle. They start like there's army men shuffling forward.
Yeah.
There's
Tanks.
cars, tanks, all kinds of shit's happening.
Jet planes.
Yeah. The toy that's on his ass climbs up to the side of him and then just starts choking him.
Yeah.
Starts choking butt, and holy shit, this is where everything starts going off the goddamn rails.
Dude, the rails are so gone. Like this is bonkers.
These toys go ham. There's so much going on, I couldn't write it all down. But the toys start to choke butt,
It'd be impossible.
and a buzzsaw car, like electric car, rips through Buck's leg as he tries to get up and walk away. He looks over, and a rubber snake, which looks like a fucking rubber snake, which is so funny, starts strangling and biting on, I think, the girlfriend.
No, the snake. Okay, here's what happens. Here's what I remember. So they're making out. The cousin it hand is strangling
Buck.
The rubber snake comes up while Buck's on top of the girl. The girl has her hands like around on Buck's back, like she's hugging, like because they were making out and having sex or trying to. The snakes then tie her wrists together, like trapping Buck down on top of her. So Buck's trapped between her tied up hands and her being choked. Somehow they eventually separate. Buck's able to pull off and he falls off the bed. That's when this weird car with fucking circular blades
buzzsaws his leg.
Buzzsaws his leg. He drops to the floor. She, I think,
falls on the
other side of the bed.
Army men are shooting
her with little bullets. She's getting shot.
She's bloody as hell.
She's bloody as fuck. Then the car with the blade
grows spikes,
and
a knife comes out the front.
Yes, and it like something gives like a rocket boost.
It goes
shoots up. The spike impales Buck through the chest, so it's attached to his chest. Then the saw blades like
shoot out to the side
on arms and start coming in like it's gonna cut off his head. Meanwhile, the girl is just getting riddled with a fucking bullet.
A tank rolls up, shoots her in the fucking chest.
Her chest cavity blows over from this tank shot from a tank cannon. While the saw blades on Buck are going and cutting off his head.
And we see also the babysitter's on the other side.
And this thing is like a mouth, like some mouth
and
thing.
And then it's like do you remember Rat Fink? Like it would look like a Rat Fink type of toy. It was just like a gooky looking eye. Actually, you know what? It looks like Kang and Kodos. It looks like Kang and Kodos from The Simpsons.
Oh.
On top of a car. It's just a green, one-eyed, big teeth. Yeah. And it just starts like biting her legs.
And I thought we were gonna get like a Stranger Things or a Night of Something Strange type thing.
Because she has her legs spread. It's coming right into her crotch.
I thought it was going right for the vag, but it starts biting into her fucking legs.
And oh my god, it's just fucking madness. There's a superhero thing that flies by. I mean, there's all kinds of...
Oh my god, there's superhero! He's flying through the air with like a theme music playing like Superman.
And
there's a jet flying around bombing him.
Yes.
It's insanity.
It's insanity. I love it. During the insanity, Rooney Claus abducts Derek and takes him away to his store.
Yes.
Shortly before taking Sarah home, Noah tells her about Joe Petto's past, saying he was arrested years earlier for booby-trapping toys he gave to children after his pregnant wife died in a car crash.
Yes.
So, we get a little backstory. It's like, oh, no shit, this guy's into, like, spooky toys? Well, yeah, we just saw that. The couple, Noah and Sarah, pull into the driveway and find a hysterical Meredith. Like, they're talking like, yeah, I guess we should go inside. I guess you should meet your son. Yeah, I'd really like that. Wha-boom! She's just like this bloody woman just splats on the car going, help me! Love it. She just it basically splashes onto the car. There's so much blood. She's covered in so much blood. They're like, what the fuck's going on? She's like, they took Derek. Buck's dead. Oh, shit. She looks up. The superhero's flying down trying to get him. He misses, crashes into the trash cans. Boom!
Explodes! Fucking explodes! It's amazing. He comes flying out of the bedroom window from the second story, buzzes the they just died on the way, hits the trash, and it explodes.
Oh, so good.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
Sarah's like, I gotta get my son. She takes the car and leaves Noah with the bloody girl. Noah's like, let me come with you. And then all of a sudden, Kim shows up. It's like, hey, take care of this bitch. So Noah is in pursuit after Sarah. Sarah rushes to the toy store. Finding her way in, she starts looking around upstairs. Sure looks fucking depressing. It looks like Mickey Rooney's on hard times.
Yeah.
Noah then shows up, and then he decides, hey, I'm going to break in the front door like a proper creeper. Noah, not knowing that Sarah is there yet, decides to go downstairs into the cellar dorm as Sarah arms herself with a knife that she found that was stuck into a family photo of her and Derek.
Yeah, that's...
So that's a little creepy. So in the basement, Noah is attacked by Rooney Claus with a remote-controlled plane, and later he goes and hides, and Noah's looking for him. He opens the door, and Rooney Claus shoots him with a squirt gun
with acid.
Full of acid.
It had to be like battery acid.
Or vinegar? I don't know.
I say battery because for some reason that was the thing. The A's and I's battery acid. Get you. Oh, it's the most dangerous thing in the world. Yeah, it's like this little tiny. It's not like a super soaker. It's like this little tiny
pistol
squirt gun.
Yeah, it just squirts it a few times in the face. And Noah's like, oh my God. He falls down into a bunch of shit and knocks himself out. Of course. Hearing the noise, finally Sarah's like, oh shit. She goes downstairs and she finds a tourist trap-esque room filled with mannequins and weird like heads and pieces of body parts.
Oh yeah, right. It's very tourist trap. The mannequin parts, yeah,
it's pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Sarah pokes and fingers some of the mannequins, and one of them falls down and reveals Mickey Rooney's dead body.
Dun dun dun.
Nice. So she freaks out because oh shit, Rooney's dead, and she tries to run. Joe Petto.
Thank you.
She tries to run, only to be stopped by Rooney Claus.
What?
The imposter Rooney removes his fucking face.
Removes the face off.
He just confronts her and she's like, what are you doing? Why hold me there? He doesn't say anything, just
take my face off.
He takes his face off and it's full of like robotics, like really advanced looking robotics.
It's incredibly advanced. Like Terminator T-800 type advanced robotics.
It looks really good. I'm like, wow, this is
that's where the budget went.
This is 1991.
Yeah.
You couldn't connect on the internet for shit.
Nope.
But they built the fucking Rooney Claus. Oh man, it's so good. So the Rooney Claus takes off his face, fumbles around, finds another face, slaps it on, and all of a sudden it's Pino.
What?
So here's the thing that's really weird though, is that Mickey Rooney is bald with hair, and he takes his face off. The head is still bald, but when he puts on the new face,
he's got Ken hair.
Yes, it's like plastic hair.
Plastic Ken hair.
It's like what happened? That doesn't make sense. But whatever. Fucking what makes sense in this goddamn movie?
At this point, yeah, who fucking cares?
So
I
wrote in here. Nice. I wrote in here. It seems to be some Dog Boy hair going. You remember Dog Boy? It was on Liquid Television.
Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah, it was like big plastic hairdos and strange. It was like live action, but it was like everything was animated around them, and they had these really crazy outfits. It was really strange, but Liquid Television.
Well, Liquid Television was strange. That was this whole thing.
Check it out, kids.
It was like Adult Swim before Adult Swim was a thing.
Yeah, it was super early 90s. Yeah, that's where Beavis and Butthead were born.
Eon Flux.
Yeah,
was there. Yeah.
Dog Boy.
Dog Boy. Yeah.
Yeah, no one likes Dog Boy. I didn't like Dog Boy. It was just weird. Sarah goes. So Pino reveals himself. Sarah goes for the knife, but Pino cuts her off, and then he explains that Joe Petto would break him, and Joe Petto was a master builder. He built me. He constructed me. He didn't have a son. He created me. But he just kept drinking and becoming more abusive and would beat him.
Whoa. You mean a guy named Joe Petto would create his own living toy son?
Named Pino?
What?
Yeah.
Mind blown.
So
shut the fuck up.
So he would, but old Mickey Rooney was hitting the sauce too hard and would beat him and break him over and over and rebuild him over and over. Pino couldn't take it.
We have the technology. We can rebuild him.
He did. Pino couldn't take it anymore. Pino explains to Sarah that Joe Petto created him to replace his own dead son, but he could never live up to a father's expectation as he was not a real boy.
So basically, Pino was like the singularity. He became sentient.
Yeah,
he somehow gained a consciousness and feelings. The AI in that, I mean, dude, the Terminator, the machines are taking over then.
Yeah,
at this point,
absolutely. So, and as you said,
oh my God, what if Joe Petto was like related to John Connor and was sent back in time, and he just went crazy, and he was the one who started creating the Terminators. Don't you dare, Greg. The good name of the Terminator. Because how else are you explain that level of robotics? He knew the Terminators were coming. And even Arnold became sentient. You leave the Terminator out of this. Pino's just a fucking sentient Terminator before. It says Skynet on the back of his neck.
But as he was saying, he always got broken and drunk rages, and he just couldn't take it anymore. That's when Pino decides to strip down.
Oh, I love this. Pino does a strip tease dance.
He starts doing a weird little robot shimmy shimmy shake, and he strips down to relieve his Ken doll physique, dick and balls not included.
Yeah, perfectly smooth Ken doll. And I gotta say, again, for the level, like for 91, low budget, straight to video, I was surprisingly impressed with the Ken doll-esque buy they came up with for him.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It was not that bad. But yeah, so he's full on naked robot minus the nuts and bolts.
Yeah, yeah. So he goes on and on about how he wasn't good enough for Joe Petto, Mickey Claus, or Rooney Claus, and he just wasn't good enough for him. But maybe he'd be good enough for his mom, and because he needs a mommy.
Yep.
And he needs a mommy just for him, and he has to kill Derek to get it. Pino goes on to say that he wants Sarah to be his mother, and before beginning to dry hump her frantically while he's screaming, "I love you, mommy! I love you, mommy!" as he holds.
What I want! Give me what I want! Give me what I want!
Easy there.
I know, that is fucking creepy as fuck. He's
I love
humping,
you, mommy!
He's like
just humping on her, and she's like, "Get off
humping,
me!"
like banging mommy.
But
like,
he has
I love
no,
you, mommy. I love
no
you, mommy.
wang.
I
but
know,
yeah,
which is
it's
weird.
just
So again, like, why is he trying to? He's a robot. Why would he even know what sex is? And two, he knows he's a robot. And he doesn't have a dick, so why would he even trying to have the urge? He wouldn't
the
have
whole
the
whole thing is so weird, but
it's so
so
fucking-
disturbing, but also so awesome.
Yes, exactly. Like, it's so fucking bizarre, but amazing at the same time. He's literally dry humping his mom.
Yeah,
going, "Mommy, I love you, mommy. I love you, mommy."
Yeah.
And this, hearing him say that just gives
Yes,
me,
it's like, ooh.
But I'm also having flashbacks of Rob Zombie's Halloween, where Sherry Moon's like,
Oh, yeah,
tell me you love me.
yeah.
I love you, mommy. I
Yeah.
love you, mom. Like, at least Scout Thompson, or Scott Taylor, whatever her name was, isn't like humping Sherry Moon.
At least that's not happening. Yeah. So Sarah, she's getting dry humped against the workbench. She managed to feel around her, and she finds a screwdriver and stabs Pino in the head with the screwdriver, causing him to malfunction with blue lightning.
Blue lightning.
Just, yeah, we haven't done this one in a while.
I know.
How long is this gonna go?
I don't know.
I hope it's not the whole song.
No.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Turn that off. It's funny when you're not reading, man, you get a little crazy with the keyboard there.
I can finally actually use these when I'm not the one doing it.
So the blue lightning shooting around is great. Grabbing the knife, grabbed the knife that Sarah dropped earlier. Pino grabs it up. And he's like, I'm the only one for you. No other sons. Derek must die.
Yeah, Derek must die. Death to Derek.
And there's like red Santa Claus sacks hanging up there's several of them.
Yeah.
And for some reason, he forgot which one he put him in.
You would think that's something you would remember. And he's a robot.
You think advanced programming would be like,
should know exactly which one.
So he just starts stabbing randomly into these, and some of them just toys are falling out,
Yeah.
shit's falling out, and she's screaming, no, you can both be my son. No, it has to be just me. And she's
Well,
like,
at first he falls for it or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he stops. For
No,
a
I
little
take
bit.
that. You're right. You both going to say, no, it must be just me. It has to be just me.
And he's stabbing away at it. So finally, Sarah does distract Pino, saying, I'll be your mommy. Just I'll be your mommy. Just stop. Mm-hmm. And that's when he says, okay, no, it has to be this way. And he cuts open the bag, and there's Derek. Derek's balls drop.
Yeah, they do.
And he jumps on jumps on Pino, and he's on his back.
Yep.
He's now on Pino's back, and then all of a sudden he speaks, "Mommy!" So this is where we finally get him to speak again. All it takes is near murder.
Yeah, all I gotta say is, dude, why he talk?
Why he talk?
Why he talk?
Oh God. So, as he struggles with Pino, Noah comes up. He wakes up and decides to come out of here. And he has a fucking axe and he chops off Pino's arm.
Chops it off like Luke Scott, like Obi-Wan does, the one guy at the fucking bar in Mos Eisley.
Yeah. Okay. That's right. So, Pino then doesn't look very pleased with this. And all of a sudden, Pino becomes, maybe you're right. You know what? Second thought, maybe you are right.
See,
because
I wanted something.
he starts beating the shit out of Noah, like just looking very nonchalant, like, ugh, what? Guess I gotta put up with this guy.
Yeah.
Grabs him with one arm and throws him across
One
the room.
arm, just throwing him
smashes
around.
into stuff. He tries to hit, Noah tries to hit him with a hammer. Pino grabs it, twists his arm, he drops it, throws him to the other side of the room.
Man, Pino's a fucking Terminator.
You might be, you know what? You might be onto something. So he's beating the brakes off of Noah, and it sure looks like it's just about to be curtains for him. When all of a sudden Noah's on the ground, like, and Pino's stalking up. He's stalking to him, looking like he's about to take him out. And lo and behold, Sarah jumps out with the axe and cuts Pino in fucking half.
right in half.
Right at the waist.
Which-
Bam.
I was a little about this one. Okay, so one, she's a woman. She's not sexy, but she's not gonna be as strong as men. Muscles aren't there, but it's a heavy axe. And Pino, who we just saw, is a robot who has the strength to throw around Noah or Tom, whatever his fucking name is, with one hand easily. But if she comes up and chops this thing in half in one slice, there's no way that robot would be that frail if he's able to throw around a full-grown human and then just be chopped that easily in half.
It's an adamantium axe.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
Problem solved.
I can't.
Well,
do
that axe
right.
took his arm off in one swing, too. you know?
Yeah, that's true. It has to be the adamantium.
There
axe,
he
then.
goes.
All right.
So barely functioning Pino cries, "Papa, Father, forgive me!" crawling towards him. His voice just gets crazier and crazier
I
as this
kind of
goes
love
on.
it though.
Oh, Father,
He's like
forgive
like
me!
weird accents.
Yeah.
And like, obviously he's foreign, British. Then
Papa.
Hey. And then he's Italian. Like, hey, Mama, man, give me a
Mamma mia.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's crying for his father.
I would never tell a lie.
Right. And he seems to
He
powers down. Sarah and Noah and Derek are all hugging, like, "Oh my God, this is so great! Hey, meet your dad. Okay, this is great. Oh, everything's wonderful." All of a sudden, Pino comes back to life.
What?
He grabs Sarah's ankle.
What?
Love me, mommy. And Sarah's like, "Fuck you!" And Curb stomps the shit out of his head, breaking it to pieces. Yeah. Dude, it was hard. It was so awesome. Ugh. Just stomps it into a million pieces. Oh, it's so good. As Sarah, Derek, and Noah leave, the eyes of one of Joe Petto's partially assembled robots sparks ominously. And then you hear a Pino giggle.
Yeah, as another robot comes alive.
Fade to black.
Fade to black.
Roll credits.
What a fucking ride that was, man.
Right?
Oh my God.
So how did I do this time?
Much better, man. That was fun.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with this. This was going. All right. So let's I want to talk more about this movie, but let's do our.
No, we can talk about it. We can fuck
right.
it. It's our show. We got time.
This movie is such. I was gonna say it for like my final thoughts, but I'll say it here too. So much better than I was expecting going into this, based on how this franchise has been going. 3 was a real shit show. 4 was what the fuck, and I got to 5 like, oh God, what is this gonna be? And 5 like, what? This is holy fuck. This
Like
is
a
crazy
phoenix from the ashes.
Yeah, this was something else, man. I was in on it. So anyway, let's move on. Let's just go to favorite kill.
Don't act like you didn't love it. Favorite kill.
I did love it, British lady.
The kills were bangers.
They were
pretty damn good.
They were great.
I mean, the first one with Dad getting strangled and then going through the eye.
The Pokeball? Santa Claus? Yeah,
I mean, she didn't die, but the babysitter got fucked up.
dude,
I mean,
she should be bled. She probably would have bled out. I mean,
Yeah.
she took that cannon chest.
Did you see
it blew
Yeah.
up her chest cavity.
oh, so good.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be the landlord, the old black guy landlord, getting Larry the
Wet eye hole.
I haven't heard that one before.
I haven't used that one before.
I like it though. But just crawls through the mouth, sucks out his eyes, kills him, and he flips over the car. Ba-boom.
Into the explosion. Yeah.
That one's my
there's
favorite.
So many good ones. Like, yes, the Santa Pokeball was a good way to start things off, but the Buck getting his, the obnoxious kid on the roller blades getting hit. But yeah, I think I gotta go with the landlord guy too. I mean, that was just amazing. And then the top, the chef's kiss at the end, the unnecessary car explosion. That car would not have exploded at all in real life, but that fucking exploded.
It was like, it's made in 91. I wonder if is this still the 80s? No? Do we have to blow? Well, fuck it. Let's blow it up anyway.
Blow it up anyway. Yeah, I agree. That was good. So, all right, there's our favorite kills. Let's move on to the odds and ends.
Just when you thought it was over, here comes the odds and ends.
All right, IMDb gives it a 4.3 out of 10. Sadly, there is no official thermometer score on Rotten Tomatoes, but it has a 24% audience score. And Amazon, this is a little more close to regular.
3.5?
3.9 out of 5. Plot keywords, there are 49. A lot of them again, Santa, blah, blah, blah. We had whiskey, though.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Breasts, which is weird because you don't really see any naked breasts.
No.
Oh, did you see any at the very beginning sex
You
scene?
see a part of a boob.
I
I was really looking.
Yeah, I was really looking too. Like, you might get a quick side nip at here, but I don't think you get much. Hairy chest.
Yeah.
Now, this could go either way, but after seeing this movie, I don't think I can classify it with our unfortunate what I was hoping for. I don't get to do the panties.
Okay.
Because it's just underwear, and it's got to be referring to Buck's white panties.
Yeah,
so I can't. I was hoping I could classify it as panties, but no, can't give it to it.
Yeah,
this one.
I agree.
All right, so let's go on trivia. This one's kind of funny and surprising, and ironic in a way. So it was famous. The first movie came out. When the first one came out, Mickey Rooney wrote a letter of protest against this first Saturday Night Deadly Night movie, 1984.
No,
saying that the scum who made it should be run out of town for having sullied the sacredness of Christmas. But then he co-starred in this film.
But then he plays
which is
family
one of the goriest of the series.
Family beating, horrible alcoholic monster.
Yeah, but how dare you? Yeah, but I'm like, damn, really must have some bills to pay at that point because Jesus.
Right.
So. Yeah, obviously, I'm not even going to insult your knowledge of the Pinocchio pedal thing. So
yeah, we already got that.
The building used for external shots of Sarah's workplace is the headquarters of the now defunct Live Home Video, the company that originally released the movie on VHS in North America.
Clever.
And Richard N. Gladstein, who served as producer, plays an extra/actor with no dialogue in the previous film in the series, Initiation, Saturday Night Deadly Night 4. He played a character with a single role serving as the producer. So he was kind of involved in both movies. And that's really lame trivia, but that's all that really was for this one. There wasn't anything else to go on. I
do like that Mickey Rooney wrote a letter saying, how dare you? And then it gets just about 10 years later, here he is.
Yeah. I'm going to now we get to play this week's budget game. I'm going to mix things up a bit. We haven't used this one in a while.
Time for Aaron to blow his wad with the budget
Are you
game.
assuming I'm going to blow my wad?
Maybe.
Am I going to blow my Christmas cheer all over?
Blow your Yule log, eggnog. Yeah.
Gross. It's not so much what you said, it's the way you said it, while you're looking at me like, Yule log, eggnog. I'm like, ah. All right.
What's your guess for the budget for Saturday Night Deadly Night 5, the toy maker?
Well, I know it was straight to video. Repeating places. I mean, there wasn't a lot of variability in location. The effects are pretty great. Mickey Rooney must have been hurting for money. No other actors or names. Small budget. But this is 91. $750,000.
All right. So you went over.
Really?
You blew your wad. Budget for this movie, which I will say, I doubt. I'm not sure, but this is what came up. But to me, this seemed even $250,000.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. I know it's 91, but some of those effects, and even just blowing up a car alone, it can't be like. I don't know if that's how accurate this is, but that's what I think says it's 250.
Yeah, because I thought I was going pretty low with 750.
Yeah.
You know.
So I don't know, but according to what it is, yeah.
Yeah, well.
But I don't know.
I think that sound should be more for the actual site that cited that.
Yeah.
Because I find that hard to believe.
I do too.
Show me the receipts.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I doubt it. I even wrote, like, I highly doubt this in
Yeah.
my notes, but it's there. All right, so that's that. Let's move on to Mortal Kombat.
At the end of this day, one shall stand, one shall fall.
Good versus bad. Right versus wrong. Light versus dark. In the end, when the dust settles, who will be left standing after Mortal Kombat combat?
All right. So there are only 36 total reviews on Amazon.
Really?
Yeah, not much. 56% are 5-star, with 11% being 1-star. And that kind of surprised me too. So first up from Daryl Lee Lev just writes, very scary movie, thumbs up. 5 stars.
Okay.
From Mr. Twain. When I bought this,
Is this the husband of Shania Twain? I am Mr. Twain.
when I bought this movie, I had serious doubts. I thought it would be dumb and stupid. Then why buy it? Like that alone is gotta be like, if you think, why buy it? I don't know. Seeing the cover box made me regret it even more. So what? What are you doing?
Where is this review going?
Yeah. And I really didn't even want to watch the movie. So why buy it? I don't get this. But I decided that if Mickey Rooney was in it, it couldn't be that bad. Now I'm really glad I bought it. The movie was so good. Always suspenseful, never boring, and with more than a few surprises up its sleeves. You'll love it. 5 stars. For Brian Kane. Oh my God, it's Kane. How did this get made? Absolutely hilarious. Mickey Rooney sells it. Classic in my book. 5 stars.
Yes.
Joseph L. Bartram. What can I say? Helps to put me in the proper mood for the holidays. 5 stars.
Cool.
That's it for the 5 stars. That's
They're kind of weird reviews.
Yeah, some of the others were like, DVD came in great shape.
Yeah,
So those
yeah.
lame ones. Move on to the 1 star. From Chris Petrosny. I love butchering people's names.
We do it all the time.
This movie is this is all caps and bolds, by the way. This movie is so bad. Mickey Rooney in this flop, I can't overwhelm if you have... Shit, Jesus Christ, it's so poorly. So poorly written. This movie is so bad. Mickey Rooney in this flop, I can't get over. Well, if you have nothing else to do and you want to buy or rent this movie, don't pay over $2 for it. ... 1 star. Horribly written. Amazon customer also writes, entitled, "Why was this made?" Silent Night, Deadly Night was a brilliant masterpiece of holiday horror. Once it hit number 2, it went down the proverbial toilet. Now you can imagine what unbelievable excrement the 5th one must be. This one is filthy excrement. This one is filthy excrement. Graphic violence, horrible, and I do mean horrible acting, and a plot that was doomed from the beginning. Do not buy this movie. Do not see this movie. It is not worth anybody's time. 1 star. All right. Ted writes, first off, as many of you may know, this has nothing to do with this series like the previous movie. No, the previous movie had nothing to do with this series
absolutely
either.
zero.
Sorry, Ted, you're already wrong. Also, the story isn't even revolved around Christmas like it should be. The whole movie is about a child-hating man that makes toys that come to life and kill their owner. Reminds me of a ripoff of Child's Play. But it gets worse. The death scenes are so dumb, they include rollerblades with rockets and attacking army men. Excuse me, sir. I believe you meant to say are awesome.
Right.
Skip all the Silent Nights except the classic 1984 Silent Night, Deadly Night, which is an original horror classic that involves a killer Santa on Christmas. 1 star.
Dude, I hate how he says this has nothing to do with Christmas. The first fucking scenes are all based around Christmas. It's a Christmas present.
Yeah.
Here's a Christmas tree. And later on in the movie, here's Santa. Santa's at the mall. Later in the movie, hey, there's another present. Later in the movie, Creeper comes by with more presents. Then there's fucking Rooney Claus.
Rooney Claus. Yep.
I mean, it's all around Christmas, you dipshit.
Yep. So last 2 here. Charles Tatum writes, pity poor Mickey Rooney. He plays a toy maker named Joe Petto. Get it? Who lives with a young man named Pino. Get it? Get it? It seems like Joe gives anonymous gifts to children, which when opened maims and kills them. It's always nice to see the film series come full circle, resulting in more hatred for children. Here a little boy walks in on his parents having sex, opens the door, and retrieves a mysterious package. That just sounds out of context.
Yeah,
So weird.
it sounds pretty bad.
That sounds not the type of package I think, but he gets yelled at and cursed at by his father, then watches in horror as his father opens the package and is promptly killed. We must sit through 90 minutes of lame plot resulting in a silly resolution that involves killer toys and giant Ken dolls. The suspenseful moments are unintentionally funny, including rocket rollerblades on a kid we get to see struck by a car and his stereotypical horny babysitter and boyfriend attacked by toy soldiers. Some of the cast from Part 4 Initiation appear in this entry, but not as their old caricatures. Now, that might have been interesting. Sir, you're wrong. Kim was Kim. This is hopefully the finale to one lame horror series. Pity poor Mickey Rooney. And lastly, from Utgard 14. The Silent Night, Day Night series thankfully comes to an end with this last effort. The first 3 movies in the series were all about killer Santas. Then Part 4 went all Season of the Witch on things and tried to point the series in a different direction. It wasn't very successful, but this one continues with that thinking, having the story about something other than a killer in a Santa Claus suit. This one basically decides that since the series started with the idea of spitting on a positive and wholesome traditional icon, this would do something similar by spitting on Pinocchio. Neith Huntington, however, inspires the roles from Part 4. Hunter's supporting role adds little to Howard's cameo as pointless. It's really sad Mickey Rooney had to do this, but he had bills to pay. He easily outshines everybody else in this, even though he's slumming it. The rest of the cast is entirely unmemorable. If you like the earlier movies in this series, particularly Part 4, you're obviously coming from a different place than me, so you'll probably enjoy this more than I did. The same was true if you're a fan of the made-for-video horror dreck that littered the video store shelves back in the day. Growing up, my brother used to rent trash like this religiously. While I certainly have a lot of bad memories that I enjoy, this isn't one of them. It's all very blah to me, particularly with the cheap look of it. There were 2 or 3 somewhat funny scenes, not enough to say the movie. So I really like seeing the Rambo cartoon, though. Points for reminding me of that was a thing. 1 star.
I get it. Maybe Ricky Rooney is slumming it, but he wasn't phoning it in.
No, he was not.
He was fucking chewing this. He was fucking nailing it, man. Mickey Rooney fucking did it for me.
Yeah.
It's his performance that tied everything together.
All right, well, I kind of know where we're going with this, guys, but let's make it official. Aaron, you were probably on your way there already, so let's get your final take.
I gotta say, I'm so happy to be saying that another Silent Night, Deadly Night movie is so bad it's good. That fills my heart with joy. Christmas cheer is filling my heart because the first 2 are so great, in my opinion. You know, I know you don't have problems with the second one, but I love the second one.
I know you do.
I watched it not too long ago. I just saw it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch this. So it is fun. It's so much fun.
Well, if you skip the first 30 minutes or 45 minutes of the second one, then you finally get to the actual movie. Otherwise, you're just watching the first one again.
Yeah.
So.
But it's still just fun. You know, it's a horrible movie, but it's a fun, bad movie. And then there was 3, and that just shit the bed with Bill Moseley walking around like a fucking fishbowl. So stupid. Number 4, I don't even remember hardly anything other than people spontaneously combusting and like maggot worm fucks and like a weird cult thing. And I couldn't stand that movie. Yeah. Absolutely hated it. So when I saw this one, I looked at the cover and I'm like, all right, this looks like Puppet Master kind of bullshit. What's going to happen?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, it's Derek sitting on the floor with a bunch of angry-looking spooky ooky toys
and
around
none of
him.
those toys are actually in the movie.
Nope.
There's like a creepy teddy bear.
There's a bunch of teddy bears and like a clown and other shit. Yeah,
none of them are in the movie.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, Toy Master. All right, where are we going? Where are we going now? Where you know you're going? You're going to a good place. So bad it's good. I actually had so much fun with it. I really enjoyed it. I was so happy. As soon as the first dad gets killed right off the bat, I'm like, okay, I might be in for a good time here.
I remember when we were texting and I was like, you were asking what the movies were. I'm like, Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, we're doing that for sure. The first thing you sent me back wasn't even a word, or you just sent me back the green vomity emoji face. That was your response.
Yeah, because I haven't seen it before, and I was like, the way the record's been going,
I don't blame you 100%. I thought the same thing. With that going to mine, I'm right there with you, man. This so bad it's good.
Yeah, but I mean, I gotta say, just Mickey Rooney fucking killed it. He was so fun and like he was so much fun to watch. His flipping from back and forth of being like a caring, kind old man, someone you'd like look up to a little bit, like, oh, he's a World War II vet, he's a good old guy. The next thing you know, he's like pounding whiskey like, you son of a bitch, and like killing his son, kidnapping kids, wearing Rooney claws. I mean, holy shit, the special effects. I mean, there was so much. They were cheesy, but they were so much fun.
Yes,
they were so much fun. So bad it's good. I could just keep going and going and going, but I'll kick it over to you.
I don't think I need to say anything else, man. You guys said it all for me. 100%. I did not expect this movie to be as good as it was. I thought this was going to be like along the line like number 4 or something, just downright awful. But man, was I pleasantly surprised. This movie was so much fun from the opening kill all the way to the end. I don't care if some of the acting was bad. I think you just added to the ridiculous charm of this.
Yeah,
the kills are really fun and just entertaining. Like, they're not. I'm not saying anything were real. Some of them are imaginative, but I mean, you can tell like they actually just having fun. Like, how wacky can we be with some of these kills? Let's have a purple worm crawl in a guy's mouth and suck out his eyes. Well, let's have a bunch of army men shoot the shit out of the babysitter, and then have a flying Superman explode into a trash can, and let's have rocket roller skates.
The remote control car from hell.
Yeah,
you know?
it's absolutely that car looked like one of those. Looked more like one of the robots from those old robot
Robo Wars, yeah.
like battling robot shows.
I forgot about those things. Yeah, those were like supposed to be a big thing, and nope.
And then like I mean, hell, fucking Chris Jericho hosted one of those shows. You remember that?
So did Mick Foley and Tati, like one of Ali's daughters.
Oh yeah,
Muhammad Ali's daughter. Yeah.
It's just man, it was and then honestly, the special effects I had no business being as good as they were. For a straight, they really put some effort into this. The robotic special effects looked way better than they should have for a low budget. Especially if you're telling me the budget really was $250,000, and god damn, they got their money worth of every penny of that.
Yeah.
100%, man. If you guys have not seen this, do yourself a favor
Please.
To watch this.
If you listen to us, you know the type of movies we like, and this is one of them. This is right in your wheelhouse. If you're anything like us, do yourself a favor this Christmas season. Watch Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The Toy Maker. It's so much fun.
It's so great. It's so much fun. I never thought I'd hear myself say that about another Silent Night, Deadly Night movie, but here we are. I'm glad because this wraps up the series, so we get to go out with a good taste in our mouth. We're not like, God, fuck this movie, and be left that everlasting negative opinion or taste. We're going to go out on a good note with this franchise, put it to bed with a nice little bow on it, and be happy about it. And man, this was just so much fun.
Thank you for the gift you gave me, Marshall.
Yes, you're welcome.
For choosing this movie. Thank you. This is the best present I've had so far.
Well, I'm glad I could do that for you guys. With that said, we're going to wrap it up. Like I said, hope you guys all had a good holiday. Be safe out there. We probably won't be back till the new year. I don't know if we have any more New Year's horror movies left out there. We've done most of them, but we'll be back in the new year with something else. So happy holidays, guys! Thanks for sticking with us. It's been a hell of a year.
Yeah, it really has been a rough go of a year.
It's been a hell of a year.
It's been for everyone, but I think we're
all making it through. We're all making it through.
Light at the end of the tunnel.
All right, so that's it, guys. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, everybody, and till the new year, watch more horror movies. And remember to always keep it tight, guys.